Empty container time for Tune-Up. Hey, it's Channel Dad Bryon Lape back with a review you can use, and here we have the infamous empty container review. As you can see, empty Tune-Up from RevUp. Still smells good even though I have rinsed this. This is the Bomb Slushy flavor, endurance recovery, muscle growth, electrolytes. This was their BCAA and EAA with hydration. Now, I've tried several post-workout supplements over the years on this channel. Some felt like they worked, some I wasn't so sure of. I was very skeptical about this because of the hydration side of things, where it was supposed to help you with your hydration. There's Welcome to the Elite. So it's got, you do one scoop, and this is, the scoop is 15.3 grams. So this has 30 servings in it. I only did this after my workout. Now sometimes I remembered and I took it to the gym with me, and as soon as I was done, did my measurements, did my body weight, did the electric stuff for doing the body fat percentage and all that stuff, then I would drink this and then kind of drive home. Sometimes I had it as soon as I got home. Overall, this was good. This is to stay hydrated and grow muscles. We provide the supplements you need to keep your body functioning at 110%, 365 days a year. Tune-Up was designed to give your muscles exactly what they need to recover, stay hydrated, and grow. And we've covered it before as far as flavor and everything else. Check that review out. I'll put the description below. Flavor was really good. And a lot of these, the RevUp stuff, the flavors were pretty good, and I think they're pretty, for the most part, worth the money. I haven't really found anything where I'm like, I did the pre-workout. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. I really need to review it a second time to see if my opinion has changed. What I noticed about this, because some days I took it, some days I didn't, and I did that on purpose, and I would do a heavy day, because I basically alternate between some heavy lifting and some 4X training, being nearly 52. What I noticed about days that especially the 4X style training, which is more anaerobic than the heavy lifting, because they were talking 4-second negatives at that point, I was not nearly as thirsty after taking this, and I consumed less water with this than when I didn't. So that side of me on the the skeptical side, I think, granted, wasn't taking blood tests or that, but it really felt like I needed less water. I didn't cool down any faster or anything like that, but I did notice that after basically I went to work, because I work out in the morning, I took a shower and all that, and I go to work, I was drinking less water and I felt less thirsty when I took this in my, say, 2 to 3 hours at work before I had fully recovered. Got my water levels. And for the most part, sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, I've done some where I've basically take a pre-workout, hit the gym. Sometimes I eat half a protein bar. I'll get some water in before I go, but it's pretty much fasted or very, let's say, mostly fasted, because sometimes I just need a little bit of energy. I used to take a protein shake before I went, but I don't do that anymore, because then I was taking that, and then my pre-workout was just too much water. But overall, this was actually pretty interesting how I felt and how little water I was. Well, it wasn't like I was drinking little, but how much less water I needed or felt like I needed. I seem to retain it a little bit too, because one of the things the pre-workouts do with the caffeine is a big diuretic for me. There's also part, while I've done some energized branched chain amino acids, and I've taken that, we've done reviews on them. Overall, I mean, it's great that my body gets more aminos, but that extra caffeine, it just going through me like crazy. So this is a recommend. This would be one of those very nice to have supplements. So you got to be careful with supplementation. You don't want to blow your budget on just them. Go through all of the food you need first. Get your multivitamins. Get your protein powders if you need an extra set of protein. In particular, if you're trying to cut calories, you do all that. Then do your pre-workout, and then do something like this. I would say if you notice, in particular if your workout is quite anaerobic in nature, or you're drinking a lot of water afterwards, you just feel thirsty because you just don't feel like you're hydrating right, this is definitely a supplement to look at and see if it'll help you stay hydrated, or at least feel hydrated. When you get dehydrated, you'll start to feel run down. or if you're working out at night and you notice, hey, maybe you're flushing too much afterwards or something, and you're kind of worried you're not retaining enough water for recovery, I would definitely look into this. And my suggestion is to take this basically as soon as you can. Take it with you to the gym. It's only one scoop. I used a small shaker. I put and it mixes very well. And like any, for an amino acid, a branched chain amino acid supplement, it mixes well because they don't mix very well in water. But it does a decent job. Do that. Take it as soon as you can. And notice if you don't drink as much water, but you feel hydrated and maybe you're peeing a bit less, and you see like that. So, but this is really far down the list. Amino acid supplements to me are, I would rather have my body get some protein, say a protein bar or a protein shake, and work at getting the amino acids out of it so that it burns a few more calories. But that's really a personal preference. But if you really want some quick recovery, then amino acid supplement may help you get that, and this one may help you stay hydrated. So for me, this is a good 9 out of 10. It did make a difference. Now, as far as measurable difference, I don't have that measure. I don't know if I was retaining, a quart more water, a pint more water, no idea. I just noticed that I did feel better, and I did feel less run down and less dehydrated in the early afternoon into, say from 11 to 2 o'clock. Because usually when I'm on time, I'm hitting the gym somewhere between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, sometimes later when I'm not doing it right. But usually by 7 o'clock, I'm in the gym and done in about 45 minutes to an hour. And so this really seems to have helped and my hydration level. So there you go. So for me, overall, a 9 out of 10, but it is on the less priority for me and my goals, but I do like it quite well. And I'm actually interested to get some other brands that have hydration and do some comparisons and see how they stack up to RevUp, whether they can, this is to me nearly a gold standard. This is really, I don't know if there is one, but to me this feels like a very close one. I know there are other amino acid supplements that have different ratios and all other stuff, but with the hydration, I think that adds a different twist, and it helps with the recovery. In particular, if you're taking creatine and you need to pull in more water to your muscles, this may help quite a bit. I wasn't taking creatine, so I can't do that, but maybe in the future I'll do that. So if you want me to do that, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for subscribing and sharing these videos everywhere. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Yeah, but that's right.